Another interesting story, I hope, for some people. Well, a long time ago, and it was, a lot of people, particularly men, will remember a TV series called The Sweeney. I think it was the second most important character in it was Dennis Waterman, who then went on to play in the in Minder, which I watched a lot. Anyway, I lost my notes now. I was an office manager. Well, the Sweeney was also the name given to the true name is the Flame Squad, and I knew somebody called Sid Bradbury. Nice man. I used to think at the time they looked like a typical farmer, sort of scruffily dressed, relaxed. To me, because I was in my 20s, he seemed like an old man. But now that I'm going into an old man, he seems young. Thinking back. We worked together. I worked there over a year. He was, apart from being the head of the Sweeney, he was divisional chief superintendent of North London, in charge of 12 police stations. Now, when I worked with him, because I was so young, it didn't strike me ever to talk to him about his past experiences as being in charge of the Sweeney and North London and the Great Train Robbery. He was on a Great Train Robbery case. I think he was on it for over a year. Anyway, there's been plenty of things in the media coverage about the Great Train Robbery, and lots of films and articles. And when it first happened, it was the national news. They still think about it now. And they recently, some years ago, made a TV series with two films. One called the Copper's Tale, and one's called the Robber's Tale. I've watched both of them. And there was the main person in the Copper's Tale was the person, I think it was Superintendent Slipper. I think it's the same. I might have it wrong. And I think his second to him was Sid Bradbury. It's quite strange to see Sid over there. There was apart from these two TV series, there was a film called Buster with Phil Collins in it. That was a good film, good music as well. Anyway, I worked with him for a while, and I remember having to go back to see him about 2 years after I left the company because I had a legal problem and I wanted his advice, and he gave me advice. Hang on, I'm going down to my notes now, if I can. Excuse me. His office is very small, I remember that. He had a little secret door to get down to the yards to get away without going a longer way down the normal staircase. But it's just outside my office, down the corridor. And this tiny little office, not much bigger than a cupboard. Not what he was used to, I'm sure. Mine was a much larger office, but also accommodated my secretary. Anyway, I used to enjoy going to London with this company to their head office. I was in my early 20s. And I lived in a council estate, worst part of the worst council estate in the town. It wasn't a good place to live. I never had any money. This was my first break in life. I had a road haulage business that, due to the 3-day week and the petrol crisis in the early 70s, it failed. So I got a job as an office manager. It was okay, good job. It helped me. And I used to go on weekend courses, go for 2-3 days courses away to Mitcham, Surrey, London, England. And I really enjoyed it. I had big banquets. There'd be about 20-30 people over there from all around the country. There was 200 depots. And the dinners, 5-course dinners, and the hotel, everything was so different to what I've ever known. So I really enjoyed it, but I do remember getting Sid into trouble when we got to a question of security on the course, and I did drop him in it, and I said that he sold stuff that he shouldn't have sold. Anyway, it wasn't really serious. It wasn't really serious. Anyway, I will attach some links to the Copper's Tale and Buster and the Sweeney, and it was nice to have known this man. And I wish I had spoken to him about his life, because he must have had one hell of an interesting day. A lot more than I was doing. Bye for now.